and then maybe if we get to the 10 things, just zero in on the whole TV.
I had a little get together.
Boom, boom. Beautiful. Yeah, just clip it here, clip it. Should be a, I'll show you. This thing opens up.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Or over here. And then I put it in front here. Kind of. Beautiful. Okay. It wouldn't be. We were going to cancel the meeting if you didn't come. Me and Suzanne were talking about it, like, if, you know. But that's it. You're that kind of gal, baby. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. All right, let's have a meeting. Hi. Good morning. I'm good. Where you been? Too much food as always, but we have a better turnout than I thought. It's a better turnout than I thought with the weather. But let's do this.
You said that's your niece? Hi. Your food made it. Yeah, thank you. You're very welcome to show up. Hi. You know who that is, right? Right here?
That's Nina.
It's my niece.
No.
Yeah.
Really? How long have you been her niece? No, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. How did this happen?
She said she's in Realty One in Arizona.
Yeah.
That was my first real estate job when I was 19 years old.
Wow. She's just a kingmaker of realtors. That's what she is, you know. Get out. I'm with you. I got you. Okay. Wow. Okay. So if you start messing up, we go to.
Tim will take care of you.
We got you, baby. We got you. Don't worry. We got you. We got you. We got you. Look at this. We got you. All right. Let's get the show on the road here. All right. What do we got? This. Let's see. Let's go. Fun, so fun. It's a beautiful thing. Let's go in. Wow. I wanted to show you the thing. Here, new people. There's like 5 I have no clue. Okay. All righty, gang. Good morning. For what it's worth, again, me and Suzanne, Wendy, now Amy, and Sharon, every Thursday we get a little nervous. How many are going to show up? Especially today, we have 2 sponsors, and the food is up the wazoo here out there, as you can tell. And then we get in this morning, and it's raining. I'm saying, oh, shit, this is it. How much worse can it get? But you all showed up.
Oh, the coffee.
So excellent. And the coffee machine is down. Round of applause to Wendy. Round of applause to Wendy.
Thank
She stood in line at Einstein's for how long?
I don't know. It was like 20 minutes in line, 20 minutes to get them to make it. It was a whole experience. But
Right, so
I
it-
wanted to take my order online. I tried, and then it rejected the credit card. So I'm like, oh, now I have to drive there and stand in line. So that was.
All right.
Thank you, it's delicious.
Came in at the last minute.
That's it. There you
Actually
go.
better. Can we do this?
That's it, right? Get rid of the $5,000 machine and just get the Dunkin' Donuts every time. So, but no, really, thank you all for showing up. We appreciate it. Lots of stuff to talk about. We'll try not to go over time. We'll try to make this kind of quick because we do have 2 sponsors. John has some stuff to talk about. Me and Wendy have the 10 things every realtor should know in 2026. There's only 10. If you do these, that's it. There's not 11 or 9, there's 10. If you do these 10, you're going to make a lot of money, okay? So let me see if our clicker was, oh, before I do forget, 4 of you, and I was kind of impressed, 4 of you in the last 48 hours sent me a text message wanting to know about this. Like I know what is going to happen. I have no clue what's going to happen. I don't know. But on paper, it sounds like a good idea, I think, right? Would we agree?
Yes and no.
Right now, if he can make it happen, I don't know. That's a little much. If he could tell Invitation Homes you can't buy any more homes. I don't know how that works. But I like the fact that several of you are on top of that, which,
It's the big investors like BlackRock and stuff.
Well, yeah.
Not just regular, like everyday
Yeah.
we want to buy. So don't get too wrapped up in that.
yeah, I think we all know, I think if I went around the room, we could probably name the 3 or 4 big
Remember back in the
investors.
day with HUD, and all the HUD homes required several weeks before they accept offers from investors?
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, I like the idea. Is it overstepping a little bit? Maybe. It's got to go through Congress.
Correct,
right?
correct.
If everybody passes it, then they'll figure out a way around it. They always do. Money wins at the end.
Yeah. And John makes a good point. I remember in 2008 when I started, there was all short sales and foreclosed homes. And agent remarks would say, they talk about the property and they said, Fannie Mae first look program, no investors for 30 days. You guys help me. You know what that said. I didn't know what that even meant, but that's what John's saying now. Maybe if a house is listed, yeah,
Got so much inventory. Who's whining right now?
Yeah, I guess they want to sell it here. So that was good about the president here. Okay, that's we're going to talk about this today. Where's some good news here? Where's Lauren? Is Lauren Chenfu here today? She's here every day. Not here today. Okay. And is Carol Taylor here?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Way to go, Carol. Congratulations. There you go. Really, really good news. Good stuff, okay? I don't have a slide for these ladies again yet. We did last week, but we all know Sharon. We all know Amy, right? A little round of applause for the Amy-Sharon duo that have joined us here. So we haven't missed a beat here, with Maria moving on and Vianney moving on. So far, so good. Here's some quick numbers. If you go to the RJ today, lvrj.com, and go in the business section and click housing, there's an article from LVR about last month, about how we did, okay? The one thing I found interesting is days on market is now 52. I remember when it was like 34, like not long ago, right? Yeah, well, 52 is still 52, so. And just a reference point, this is what I came up with as of today, and this was last December. So if you want to compare where we were, so last year we sold 1,811 homes, single family. Last month we sold 1,802. Well, that's not too bad. I mean, we'd like it to be 2,800, not 1,800, but compared to last year, it's the only difference might be is I think our median price is dropping down a little bit. The 480 thing is 470 thing now. So it's slowly going down. All right, gang, quick little trivia for you. I love this stuff. Between 21 and 25, which of these years did we sell that total of homes? So in what year did we sell 50,001 homes?
2022.
I got 22. I got 21.
Because half of COVID.
Is that the two choices?
Was reactive.
How many thinks it was 21? Everybody else thinks it's 22? The winner is 2020. We'll wait for it. We won't give it this. No. 21. Son of a bitch. Son of a gun. All right, there's only 2 years left. 3,100 and 31,000 and 28,000. What year did we sell those?
That would be 23 and 24.
What? 31 was what year?
23.
23.
That's easy to protect.
And then 24.
Well, 31,305 was what year? Mike says 2023.
22.
I got a 22.
Yeah, 22.
22, you think?
Yeah.
Okay. 2020. What year are we in now? 6? We're in 6 now. It's still messing with me here. 2024. And last year was 28,000. So is this stuff really important? Absolutely not. Okay? I just like doing it. Okay? But you'd be surprised you're in a conversation with someone and you rattle this off. It makes you look really smart. It really, really does. You know, that you could say, look, we sold 50,000 homes in 2021, and then they go and Google it and they find out that you're right. Okay? So some numbers that I think you guys would enjoy. That's in the handout also, so you guys know how that works. The only thing I could say is inventory is dropping a little bit though. Where total is 9,300. We were over 10,000 for 5 months. So, but I think every January, the inventory has to go up. Primarily, what homes are going to come back on the market in January, for the most part? I mean, the first-time seller will list it, but who said it?
Expired.
Yeah, the expires are coming back. So if you've never done it expired, it's hard. You need practice. You got to learn how to do it. I would recommend hopping on YouTube, like I used to do when I didn't know anything, and watch someone do a 15-minute expired call. Tom Ferry does them live, or recorded when he did them live. So expires is a really, really good niche, but it's hard. Okay?
Practice by doing AI.
There you go. Okay, because when you call them up, you know, we're not on their list of happy people because the other agent didn't sell. So they're not happy to take another phone call from a realtor. Okay? And before I forget, very funny. Here it is, little commercial. Whiskey Reserve, Bath and Body, men's body spray.
Oh, that sounds really good.
On behalf of all the girls, and thank you all that gave us gifts. I really appreciate that. Not necessary, but you guys all gave us little tchotchkes and stuff. I got 3 of these. I know. Is there a problem here, Nora? Got a girl? So this morning I said, let's see what it works. So I'm turning it. It's not working, you know. So finally I do turn it, and it works, and it comes out like pepper spray all over me. So if I smell like whatever I smell like, bear with me, okay? It's the Whiskey Reserve by Bath and Body here. So yes, that's all I got for you here. All right, what else we got here? That's the stats that are in LVR. If you don't know where these are, shame on you. Go into Matrix, click on LVR data. Lots of great stuff in there as far as stats go and numbers go, okay? RevUp has started. Who's here for RevUp? When? Anybody off the top of your head that's in RevUp? I don't see any brand new agents here. Okay.
Well, Nina's here.
Oh, Nina. Okay, okay. Well, yeah, she's experienced too.
Experience with new to me.
She is. It's absolutely correct. Do you know that she's related to Nora?
We do now.
In case you didn't know, okay, because we didn't know, okay. So that's the RevUp schedule. We had one class yesterday. Number 2 is on Friday. We have a CE class tomorrow, a free one, given by CE by Matthew. If you've been in his classes before, he's a really good instructor, has lots of videos. So if you need a free, and the good thing about his class is it's an agency class. He doesn't do the general classes. He does the ones you need, the core classes, okay. So go to Key. We'll pay for it there, or see Matthew, and he'll give it to you for free. So you might want to, if you need a CE class, that's a good one tomorrow, okay?
What time is it?
It's at 12:30. 12:30 to 3:30, and I think Rock Title is sponsoring it, so I'm sure the food will be in abundance, as always, like it is today. So you are doing it tomorrow. You're doing it tomorrow?
No.
No, you're not sponsoring it? Oh, you're killing me. Okay, and as you can see, there's 5 classes over the next 5 weeks at each of the 4 Realty One Group offices. We have 2 here and 1 at the other 3. Okay, this is onboarding. I did it yesterday. If you missed it, next February 4th, the first Wednesday, hop on onboarding. It's a fun time. You get to meet all the vendors, find out stuff about Realty One Group you didn't know. It's about an hour and a half. Okay, Post and CE. That's the training calendar that Wendy has created. That's doing really, really well. We might still create the normal printed calendar. Remember, it said June on the top and had all the dates, and we put stuff in the box. We might do that the beginning of the month, just so you know when the meetings are, when RevUp is, or maybe a CE class. But everything else changes all the time. So don't rely on the printed one that might be up front or you see on Facebook. Go here, because these classes change a lot for different reasons, okay? And the good thing about here, remind me, are all the links to the Zoom classes in there?
So if we cancel it, if you're driving in, check it before you get in the car, because if we have canceled it or moved the time or something. But if it is gonna be on Zoom, you're just gonna click on it and it'll open up, tell you who the instructor is, where it's located, and then on Zoom will be a link. If it's a class you need to register for, very rarely, but when we serve food, we need a head count, so we need you guys to register. So just click on that link and then you can register there. But this is gonna be the most up to date. The minute I change something, it goes out, to everybody, so you can see it. It's not like we used to have to, the paper one says revised on this date, revised on that date, and it was hard to kind of keep track of that. So this is the best way to do it.
And you can also find it at onerockstars.com under live calendar, so you can access it anytime.
Who knew? Did anyone know that? I didn't know that.
Yes, you did.
Thank you. I forgot. Then I forgot. Okay, but good. Very nice. All right, gang. We have two incredible sponsors today. Our favorite home warranty company today.
Like I said that.
There she is, Nora DiGregorio, everybody.
Do you have my videos set up?
What do you think this is? What do you think you're dealing with here, huh?
I know.
Come
not
on.
Amateurs,
Come
that's
on.
for
What do you think
sure.
you're dealing with here? Come
Hi,
on.
everybody. Happy New Year. It's amazing to see everyone. So if we have not met, which I feel like I've met most of you, I'm Nora DiGregorio. I'm your market manager with American Home Shield. American Home Shield is one of your 3 home warranty companies here at Realty One. We are a little bit different. We are different than Old Republic, and we are definitely different than Ochoza. And I think one of the biggest differences is that your clients already know who we are. We spend, when I tell you millions of dollars on consumer advertising, we spend a ton of money. So your clients are seeing our commercials. They already know who we are. And why that's important is as a real estate agent here locally in Vegas, when you can say to your client, oh, by the way, I have a local rep for American Home Shield, it builds a lot of credibility with you that you're partnered with such a large company that's established and it's been around. And so that's one point of difference. The other point of difference is, I've been talking about our app, and I've been talking about our virtual experts. Wendy has shared her story of her experience with the video chat. And for those of you that don't know, we launched an app last year. One of the features on the app is a homeowner, before they make a claim, can get on a live video chat in real time with the contractor. Okay? Something breaks down, the washing machine, the dishwasher, the AC isn't turning on, the furnace isn't turning on, before they make a claim. And this is free, you guys. There's no other, first of all, there's no other home warranty company that does this, and there is no other company that does this, that has this feature where a homeowner can get on a live video chat with a contractor to either A, troubleshoot the breakdown, or we walk them through how to repair it. So I have 2 videos.
I'm coming. And what is the fee for this?
It's free.
Oh, it's free. It's free. Oh,
Free. You
it's
can literally
free.
call every single day. So
Control something, Suze?
So they will teach you how to repair yourself?
yes, they'll walk you through the repair.
All right, let's a little volume here. Well, it might be too loud, but let's find out. We're ready? Yeah. No, we're good.
But the good news is that I'm an American Home Shield member and can use the video chat feature in the AHS app to get real-time repair help.
Hello. Thank you for using video chat today. My name is Jason. I'll be your HVAC expert. What's your name and how can I help you?
Hey Jason, my name is Shelby. My heater isn't working. I've got the thermostat set to 70, but it feels like 50 degrees in here.
Oh, no, okay. Let's tackle this together. First, I'm going to send you a request to flip the camera on your phone so I can see what you're seeing. And then I would like for you to show me the thermostat and turn the heat on and set it to the desired temperature.
Okay, we've turned the heat on and made sure the circuit breaker isn't tripped. Now let's look at the furnace itself to see what it's doing.
Shelby, before you do anything, let's make sure the power to the furnace is turned off and it's safe to proceed. Now open the cover. You should see a sticker with the brand name and model number. I'm gonna flip your camera so I can take a screenshot of that. Got it, there we go. And then I'll look it up in the manual and wiring diagrams if we need them. Now please go ahead and use your screwdriver to take off the front panel. I wanna see the control board and I'll show you what to check. Now you see this part right here? We're gonna check resistance to the blower wheel. This is what blows hot air through the system. Just go ahead and reach under there carefully and see if you can manually swing it.
It spins a little bit, but it's definitely hard to do.
It feels like there's a lot of resistance.
Yes, unfortunately.
Well, that's a sign that your blower motor is going bad and it may need to be replaced.
No.
Don't worry. Under your American Home Shield plan, blower motors are covered, so that's great. So at the end of our video chat, you can go ahead and place a service request. I'll add my notes and photos from this conversation to your video chat history so you and the pro can access them ahead of the in-person visit.
Thank you, that's really helpful.
Thank you for being a valued member, Shelby. We're here to help.
Set up the next video.
The damn blower motor, huh?
Yeah. So that was scenario 1. So scenario 1 will help you troubleshoot it so that, and like he said, I don't know if you heard him, but they take pictures, they put in all their notes so that when we do send out the contractor, they know what they're walking into. So they're much more prepared to fix it when they get there. This is scenario 2, and this scenario, this homeowner fixes the dishwasher himself. I didn't do it.
Looks like I'm not doing it either.
Is this what you're looking for? There's a couple of remotes over here.
Where am I going, Suze?
On the top.
I am on the top. Before I just clicked and put,
Wait, it's spinning.
My dishwasher isn't draining properly. So I'm going to try video chat in the American Home Shield app and get real-time help from a repair expert.
Hello, thanks for using video chat today. My name is Lauren. I'll be your appliance expert. How can I help you today?
Hey, Lauren, something's going on with my dishwasher. I ran a load last night, and this morning when I opened the door, there was about an inch of water standing in the bottom.
I'm sorry to hear that. Sounds like there could be something clogging it up, so let's see if we can solve this together. I'm gonna send a request to flip the camera on your phone so I can see what you're seeing. 1 second.
Okay. I unplugged the dishwasher just to be safe, and I tried to remove all the standing water.
Okay, before we start, point the camera at the sticker on the top of the door frame with the brand name and model number. There you go. I'll look up the manual and diagrams in case we need them. Okay, first let's check the drain filter to make sure it's not clogged. To remove the filter, just turn the filter counterclockwise so that we can inspect the filter for any clogs.
All right, well, the filter looks
Now, let's check a place where clogs often occur in the drain tube in the cabinet under your sink. So, you're going to need to get a bucket and some needle nose pliers. Now, point the camera inside the small stem that connects to the garbage disposal. Yep, see it, I see a clog right there. Now just take your needle nose pliers and use it to pull that clog out of there. Alright, good job. I think you fixed the problem. So now just reattach the drain hose. Make sure you tighten that retainer really well. And plug the dishwasher back in and you'll be good to go. Run a test cycle, and if it's still not draining, we can video chat again, and I can help you check the drain tube at the point where it connects to the dishwasher.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for your help.
Now we can all fix it.
Happy to help.
wow.
Randy fixed her washing machine.
Wow,
You
wow.
guys, this is technology. This is where it's going. Most homeowners, I talk to homeowners and buyers every single day. It is super empowering. I can't tell you how many times when I tell people about the video chat, they're like, oh wow, I'm super handy. I love that idea. I can't wait to try it. And it's free. They can literally call every single day. When somebody moves into, who here who's recently bought a home in the last few months? Anybody? Okay. When you just move into a house, don't you want to fix everything? Don't you find something wrong with everything? And the list just keeps growing, right? There's so many things. They don't even have to be coverage items. Maybe somebody wants to change a ceiling fan. I personally put a dimmer on my front door light switch by myself with an expert. All of our experts are based here in the United States. They work for American Home Shield. They have an average of 15 to 20 years of experience in their trade. It is a game changer, you guys. Like I said, nobody, not one other home warranty company, not one other company in this country offers this technology. And it's available to you and your clients. Take advantage. You will look like a hero when you explain this to your clients. You're looking for a reason to call your clients to see how they're doing. I don't know if you guys keep track in your CRM when your clients have purchased a home warranty with American Home Shield. If you're not doing that, I would definitely put a note somewhere on their profile, because that's a good reason. And home maintenance and home repairs is something every single homeowner wants to talk about. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Questions, anybody? We're good? Good? Wow. Woohoo!
Thank you.
That is pretty amazing, right? When you think about it. Just hop on the phone and, wow, okay. Where is she? She's coming. There she is, gang. Our favorite title company. We don't have a home warranty. We pick and choose based on the day. But title and escrow, we don't pick and choose. It's always Rock Title. So it's always Rock Title. So Heather, everybody. There's Heather.
Thank you.
Yay.
So a couple things. I work with a lot of agents that work with seniors, and I hear this app, and I'm like, that's just how many parents would love to call probably daily, our seniors or I'm very happy I'm married, but if I ever wasn't married, I wouldn't know how to fix anything in my house. I'd be calling that all the time.
Really quick, if you're an agent and you have a home warranty with us and you have this app on your phone, when you're working with your buyers or your sellers and something comes up in their house, because this isn't attached to an actual property, it's attached to your phone. You go into a seller's home and you're looking at stuff that you need to fix and stuff like that. You have a question about something, get on, it's free, get on a call, talk to an expert and be like, hey, what do you think this would be? Like, what do you think is causing this problem? And again, you start to troubleshoot it. So you literally have a contractor in your back pocket.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, thank you. Okay, so a couple things. I guess we'll go over this first since this is the first slide. But most of you guys know me. I'm the sales executive with Rock Title. I am not the escrow officer. I was written in as an escrow officer the other day on a contract. So still works, but I would introduce you with one of our escrow officers, and if you're not working with one, I'll just play matchmaker and kind of pair you up with somebody. We have two offices, one's Russell 215, and the other one is attached to the Green Valley office in Green Valley. I spend my time between this office, the Northwest, and Rock Title, or out in appointments. You can always reach me by phone, by text, and email, of course. I do different classes. I have this class done yesterday at Rock Title for my senior mastermind that I do, and it was great. I'm doing it today. Has anyone ever read this book, Who Moved My Cheese? It's great for January to kind of reset, and there's all these changes in the industry. So it splits it into 4 different characters, and you're going to either recognize yourself in these characters or your clients. So it's a 45-minute audible book, so we're going to listen to it. I have handouts. We'll kind of do a discussion and see if you can find yourself and kind of better ways to approach clients that fit into these different characters. So it's a lot of fun, so I hope you guys can stay and join me. I have more food for the class, so little cheesy bites, so if you're still hungry, stay for that too. Next slide.
Next slide.
Thank you. All right, so if you haven't used us or you're new with the company, we do so many things. My job is more on as a sales executive, more on the marketing. So things that we do. So cost sheets, net sheets, right? So we have the Rock Agent app. It is great, it is free. There is a premium option that's either $1 a month or $10 a year, and it gives you so many more things. I usually have classes on that once a month. There's tons of calculators you can use that will really help you with your business. Open house kits, so if you guys know you have an open house coming up and you don't already have one of our kits, we have a bunch of different flyers, so just reach out to me and I'll make sure we have one of the receptionists. And flyers, if it's your listing or if it's somebody else's listing that you're doing an open house on. We use list reports, and you guys can create your own flyers branded to yourself, so you're ready to go there. Farms, mailing lists. Can we do farms for you? Absolutely. Can you do them yourself? Also, absolutely. So we use a program called Title Pro 247. It's 247 because 24/7 you can go in there and you can pull property profiles, you can pull your own farms. However, if you're doing, I always say if you haven't done this farm before, let's have a conversation first so we can help narrow down your farm so you're not just blasting it randomly. We can filter by interest rate, so you want to farm to people above 4%, or you want to look for people that have been in their home over 5 years that have 30% equity, so we can kind of narrow it down to get you the right farm. Let's see, you can also, if you want emails or phone numbers, you have to let me know that, because there's either a farm where we're just doing mailing lists, or there's ones with emails and phone numbers. Those have to go through us. We get those through a third party, but not every email is available on every single property. So we always say, are you looking for the mailing? So you want everybody in the neighborhood, or more specifically, narrowed it down. We have something called Autos marketing reports, where you can pull up data based on a particular zip code or city. So even though you have your weekly stats on how many homes were sold, this kind of shows you like a pie graph, like a graph if it's more of a seller's market or buyer's market. So a couple things to work on. Let's see, the know before you list. So sometimes people aren't sure what to order and talk to me. So if you are just like have a looky-loo and you're just kind of curious a little bit of you want more information on the property, you can just request a property profile, or you can go to that Title Pro 247 and just in 1 second put in the address and the property profile pops up. If you know you're going to go to a listing, you're not sure if you have it yet, but you're going to go to a listing, we want to order a know before you list. So that's going to have any of the deeds, anything recorded on the property, we'll be able to pull that up. Okay. I'm gonna lose power. So we can do that. Like I know Catherine, we're gonna pull that for her for a property, and you'll see a little bit more information. Then we can also do a prelim title report. That's gonna be like, you have a listing coming up. We can order that. It's a little bit more information. It can take a couple days. But if there's any red flags, you want to know about those up front, right? So you have time to put out those fires if something is on there that you didn't think should be on there. We can also give discounts. So if you're taking a listing and you're putting an MLS under agent to agent remarks, title work opened with Rock Title, both sides can get 30% off the escrow, so that helps, or escrow fee, so that helps everybody. If you're on the buyer side and they're a veteran, first-time home buyer, investor, teacher, etc. There's different buckets of discounts also available, but you have to let the escrow officer know, because we don't automatically know that they're a veteran or a teacher, etc. So you have to ask if they qualify and have that conversation with them. Let's see, we got property profiles again, markets, blah, 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 blah. So we have CE classes. From time to time, we'll have them at Rock Title. Sometimes they're here, so they're not on any set schedule, so I'll usually post. I use the Facebook group a lot for posting, so just pay attention to that. We have Escrow 101, so how many of you guys are on the newer side? Okay, so once a month or maybe every other month, we do a class with our escrow officer at Rock Title, and it's Escrow 101, so things you should look for, basically how to read a prelim. So things you can look out for, and again, I have my classes, so just reach out to me if I can help you guys with anything. And then again, hopefully I'll see you guys after the class. Thank you guys. Bye.
Yay, yay, yay. I'm trying to, that flicker of the lights killed our internet, just so you know. So I don't know if it's back, because we're live on Facebook. And believe it or not, there's 312 agents on the Facebook watching this. No, I'm kidding. There's not 312. You kidding me? No. I don't know if we've met the 312 agents that work here. Never mind me now. But we had a decent amount. That was double figures. So that was good, But it crashed on us. So maybe it'll come up soon. Next week during the meeting, I think since we talked about expireds, I'm going to try to bribe the guy in the back, Caldwell, to do a little short class on expireds, if he doesn't mind. No pressure, since you just showed up, But he's the expired guy, It's yeah. Like when I started, I got into short sales and REOs because that was the market. When he started, he got into expireds, And that's what he's just the master of how to do expired listings. So that'll be part of the meeting next week, okay? He has a cool PowerPoint, all that kind of good stuff. So make sure you make that meeting next week. All right. One thing about Rock Title before I forget. And again, we don't force you guys to use Rock. We don't force you to use John. We don't force you to choose whatever home warranty you want. But me and Wendy have a listing. And it wasn't in escrow yet, okay? And once you get a listing and it goes on MLS, they will send you a prelim. Now, normally that's not the case. Most other title companies will send you the prelim when? When you open escrow, right? It could be a month, 6 weeks later. They'll get it for you right away, okay? You might say, well, what's the big deal, Tim? Who cares? We get the prelim, we read it, and it says my seller owes 40 grand for solar. He doesn't have solar on the roof. But the prelim says he owes 40 grand. Now, I so glad I knew that day one before we got an offer. Then 6 weeks later, and we accept the offer, and we're excited. We're opening escrow, and then we get the prelim and say, oh, shit, what's this all about? So little things like that is what you're going to get from Rock that you're not going to get from somebody else. So kind of keep that in mind, okay? Mr. Morgan, what do we got, big fella?
Right,
real quick.
So we're in the new year. I know you guys have heard it, and we've been preaching it, and everybody's been saying it. Who has a written business plan? If anybody needs one, Damon will help you with his business plan.
It's on your desk. You're failing already. First week of the year.
Let's go.
Bam.
There's no excuse. There's no excuse. Do you guys feel like you're in a business? Is this your business, or do you work for Tim?
No.
No, this is your business. Put together a plan. I can help. Reach out. Give yourself a fighting chance, because this is going to be a great year. If you sit on the sidelines, and if you don't have a business plan, you're on the sidelines. Every time they throw the football away and someone on the sideline catches it, that's you. Oh, I caught one. Run your routes, do your offense, win the game, okay? Do a business plan. Number 2, Wind Down Wednesdays are back on. Green Valley was yesterday. Green Valley is the first week of every month. Northwest is the second week, so we'll be at Northwest next week. Third week's at Southwest. Fourth week is here. So the 28th, we're here, and we change the time to 3 to 5. All right? So we're going to try that this year and see how that goes. It went pretty good at Green Valley. All right? Next thing, rates are what they are. Literally, over the last 45 days, they went up, and they came back right down to where they were. Okay? They're not going to crash down ever unless some global catastrophic thing happens or another COVID hits. You shouldn't be rooting for 2.5% ever again, okay? Because that means something bad happened to the economy to force it. So let's do what, I'm not bragging, okay? But I had my best year ever. Almost tripled my business from last year.
Did that have anything to do with Realty One Group's agents?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm just wondering. Just wondering that, dude. Just wondering.
Okay. How many lenders do you know were struggling a little bit? How many lenders showed up at your open houses this year unannounced? Yeah, they're doing it because they're trying to get business. Homes are being sold. You have a business plan, you do the work, you can close deals, whether the market's bad or good. There is no bad or good, right? The market is what you make it.
The market's a market.
You adjust, you evolve, okay? You have a blank check in this business. It's why I got in originally in real estate, for the blank check. You get to write whatever you want on it, but you have to do the work, all right? So, all these headlines, that's all they are, political headlines. The whole, we're gonna shut down institutional venture. That's a freaking uphill battle, because what do institutions have? Money. And who has the most lobbyists? The institutional investors, okay? So they're gonna fight that to death. So that is an uphill battle, probably years out. One thing I will talk about is, this thing blows my mind when I see it on the news and people talking about portable mortgages. Where does portable mortgages coming from? Canada. What is Canada? They're a socialist government, okay? You take a socialist idea and plug it into a capitalist society, how well is it gonna work? How many people have done assumable loans in the past 2 years?
There have been about 3, maybe.
Yeah.
If that, yeah.
Why are assumable loans so hard? Because there's usually a big gap in what the home's selling for and what the loan you're assuming for. Guess what happens? Unless you have cash to make up that gap, you have to pay 8 or 9% for a second. You got a 3.5% first for 200,000, and you got a 9% second for 200,000. Are you winning? No. That's what a portable mortgage is. It sounds cool on paper, but if I take my $150,000 mortgage, that's 2.5%, and I go buy a $500,000 home, I'm going to need about $325,000 or $250,000 to get in there, or $350,000, and your rate's going to be 8 or 9. That's why this won't work. If assumable loans were working really well, portable mortgage would already be in place.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you hear people say, oh, I want to do portable mortgage, it's probably not going to happen. And if it does, people won't use it as much as they think. So don't get caught up in the headlines. The 50-year mortgage, that's going to take a lot of work for that to be functional. But don't get caught up in the headlines. Focus on your headlines. Page 1 of your business plan, page 2 of your business plan, and these activities, your plan. Nothing else matters. Okay? We're going to be rolling out a bunch of cool stuff this year that's going to help you get away from volatility of the market to have a more stable business. So plug in and do the work. All right? That's all I got.
John Morgan, everybody. Hey, and I'm going to leave this slide up. If I can ask you all, do your best to come to our Wind Down Wednesday. They are kind of fun, and we're starting a little bit earlier at 3 instead of 4. But if you can next Wednesday, I'd love you all to go to the Northwest with me and Wendy. Jeff has been out for a while. Jeff's been sick. Jeff Wallenfang. He's back. Okay? I haven't seen him since Miami when we were at the summit. So I'm dying to see the guy. So I'm going to go up there before next Wednesday. But I think it would be a hoot if 8 or 10 of us showed up to his Wind Down Wednesday. So just something to consider. Okay? All right, gang. Just like Maria was always bringing us issues, I think, right? Solutions to the issues. Sharon now has all these solutions to the issues. So, ladies and gentlemen, Sharon Buckheiser, come on up, Sharon, okay? And what she's going to talk about, she's going to talk from back there. Okay. I can do that, too. You'll wave. That's even better. Okay. We all know what this is, don't we? What is it? I know you can't see it, but this is the HUD, the closing statement, right? And it says the buyers are Bandits Elk Exchange LLC, right? Nothing wrong with that. It's a trust, okay? Who's doing this? See how these compliance people are? You know. So now if I go back to the RPA, see, if I go back to the RPA, who are the buyers? Donald. Not LLC, Elks, whatever the hell it was. Do we have a problem here?
Yes.
What's the problem? They don't match. Okay? So for them to match, and jump in whenever you want. You also put in the RPA that it could be assumed. Assigned. Okay, but it looks like he did that, but he didn't tell anybody. Okay, so when we get the closing package, Wednesday at 10, and Donald wants his Monday Thursday, is he getting his money Thursday? No. And is he happy about that? No. He's pissed at Sharon. What are you pissing Sharon for? She didn't do anything wrong. Okay, so she has to call up Donald, say, Donald, we need this, an addendum. That's it. Okay, the way you solve this is go to your closings. Call me crazy. I know, we're all busy. I know, an hour out of your day to confirm you're getting 20 grand paycheck in a couple of days and give a hug and take a photo with your buyers, okay? Because they did this at closing. The buyer had no idea. They're sitting there closing and they say the agents had no idea. So they're sitting there with Kathleen Lamar. Oh, Kathleen, by the way, I'm Donald, but we're going to put it in my trust. Kathleen says, great. Bing, bing, bing. She types with the paperwork. It's signed. It's gone. Nobody knows. But Kathleen and the buyer. Buyer didn't tell the agent until the money comes in and the agent loses his mind that we messed up. Okay? He messed up. He didn't keep in touch with his buyer. So go to your closings. That's all I'm saying. Does that make sense, Sharon?
Yeah, so basically, I know Escrow or Title sends you a copy of the closing statements, the final settlement statement to review and go over. So make sure that the RPA or the listing agreement matches what's on the final settlement statement. Because they will sign in an LLC or a trust. And then when it comes to me and there's not one in there, it's going to delay the closing for me to process your commission because I don't have an addendum or the final settlement statement or something different. So basically, that's what this is all about.
Tell me if this is realistic. The signing is Thursday morning. You get the HUD Wednesday afternoon, right? And it says the individual's name on it, right? So you think everything is cool. then the individual goes in the next morning and changes it then. So you might say, Tim, I got the HUD. I got the HUD yesterday. It looked great. Well, your buyer pulled a quickie. It didn't tell you. Okay, so you could have done everything right, but your buyer didn't tell you they were changing it to a trust. Okay, so our goal is to get you paid quickly. Okay, we don't want to hold your money. We really don't. We don't want to hold your money. Okay, but you got to work with us and work with the clients. Okay, questions about any of that? Kind of okay? Sure, Nora?
Good.
Nina, you good? Nina, you good? Okay, just checking. Okay, Sharon, we're good? You sure? Okay, excellent, gang. And we all know what this is. We throw this in every week. This is how to upload some of your forms prior to the BBRA in particular. Okay, you got to, again, everything's got to be in SkySlope within 3 days, gang. Don't hold on to stuff. Okay, brokers are being fined for when they get audited by the division because there's the paperwork's not in their SkySlope system, whatever system they have. Okay, and if we and Damon knows this better than me. Jan Holly could walk in and say, hey, Damon, I need the file on 1111 Banana Street. We have to physically, give them the file, hypothetically. They want the paper file, okay? And then we go into SkySlope, and there's nothing in there. Nothing. We look like idiots that we're not overseeing you guys and doing your job right. So just please, get your stuff in there. It'll make everyone's life so much easier, okay? All right, Wen. They've been patiently waiting for not the 9, but the top 10 things to do in 2026.
Real quick on that, what you were
Damon,
talking
jump
about.
in, please.
As a forward broker, I did see it at one time an agent. You guys would be the ones that get fined by the division, not the broker. Typically, if they request a document from the broker and the broker doesn't have it, they'll give you about a $1,500 fine right out of the gate. Okay, for not having that document into your broker. So that's the importance of that.
Also, I do want to say something else kind of off topic, but when you guys are a buyer and you're going to show homes, you need a duties owed and a buyer broker agreement signed. Even if it's your own home, if you're buying it for yourself, I get this question at least 3 times a week. Well, I'm buying it for myself, so I don't have to do any paperwork, right? You have to still do a whole file, the whole entire file, guys. So you cannot walk into a home unless you have a duties owed and a BBRA signed. That is it. And once they're signed, then you can go in, because the division, if they come back and want to audit your file, and your duties owed and BBRA was signed after you access that lockbox, you're gonna get fined. You have to sign the paperwork first, then go show the home, and then write your offers. That's it. Order. Yes.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, if we're doing our own representation, what is the recommendation from the brokerage for conflict of interest not to happen? Can we sign that we are representing ourselves, or do we need to get another agent involved?
No,
they can sign
you can do your own.
Let me ask you guys, by a show of hands, if you're listing your own home, how many of you are going to represent yourself?
0.
The rest of you are going to hire an agent?
Tell them why.
I'm not telling you what to do. Hire an agent. Don't do it yourself.
First of all, your
E&O
doesn't pick up.
It kind of covers it, but it's sticky. It's sticky.
To cover that question right there, though, there's 2 sides of a transaction. On the buyer side, you typically don't have to worry about representing yourself because you're not forced to disclose, right? As a seller, as you're obligated to disclose. So on the seller side, you have more liability because you have to disclose information about the home, and so you start opening yourself up to possible non-disclosure.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to be careful on the seller side.
If you are going to represent yourself as seller, do not try to represent the buyer.
Oh, no.
I think it's built into owner's policy that you can't represent the buyer.
We get that question all the time, although I'm going to do it, but I don't even know why you would. Why you would.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm not a fan of multiple representation anyways. I mean, we can do it legally, but you become neutral. And now if you are the listing agent and you own the home, do you think at one point that buyer's going to think that you're taking advantage of them? Yeah, and it's going to be a problem. So anyway, yes, Brandon.
I have a question about the BBRA, and working as a TC for several agents, this came up last week. If an agent has their client sign and the agent gets the BBRA, but it's not signed by the broker yet, is it still effective?
It's not valid.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not valid. So if the client could call you out on that at some point in time, so it is important to get that signed as quickly as possible.
But can you go show the house? Can you still go show the house?
Yes.
Yes. Some agents get caught up. Oh, Tim, I don't want to show the house. You didn't sign it. Go show the house.
But
Okay.
they need to get that paperwork in SkySlope and signed ASAP.
As quickly as possible.
Yeah.
When it goes by, client feels silly, doesn't, you know, doesn't like what the agent's doing or whatever, hey, I still don't have a signed agreement from your broker, this is not valid, I want out of the contract. I mean, they're gonna be able to get out of BBRA line 14 anyways,
Right.
but that's just one way for them to make that disappear really quickly.
Absolutely, okay.
Another quick scenario. You're listing your brother's house, and a buyer drives by and calls you off the for sale sign. Hi, my name is Tim. I saw your listing, Carol. You know, I want to see it. What do you do with that? So it's you're listing your brother's house, and a buyer called you from your sign call.
You just have to disclose it and to relate it to the seller.
You gotta ask them if they have an agent first.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. Oh, no. I don't have an agent. I like dealing directly with the listing agent. You get that, it's that kind of buyer.
Okay.
Can you do that as an agent?
Because you're representing both sides and your relatives.
You can't. You can't represent both sides and be related to the seller. A lot of people want to do that. Okay, that's a big E&O, baddie.
But
Okay.
you just said if it was our own house and a buyer called, you could represent them. I mean, I know you can advise against it, but.
Same thing. Yeah.
There's too much liability. Even
Right,
if you,
right.
you can with the real estate division, you can't with
With
just
us,
one.
right.
There's just too much liability.
Right.
They're gonna say you lied about something, you didn't
Mm-hmm.
disclose something, you were in cahoots with your relative to dupe the buyer. It's not even worth going
Right.
down that path.
So don't blow off the buyer. Hey, Brandon, I'd love to help you. Let me go show you the house. So I'm going to show him the house. Huh? I'm going to show him the house. And he's dying to make an offer. I'm going to introduce him to Kath,
So
and get a referral fee.
How far down the line, like related cousins, in-laws, where do you draw the line? I'm just asking,
Right? Is that funny word?
Third degree
Breathe.
second cousin or so, and then beyond
And
that, it starts becoming irrelevant.
If you ask me what the third degree of that is, I don't know. I don't know, but somebody else does.
Is that yeah, like the word?
That's us.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
So not a friend.
It's not.
What was it?
It's not. It's
Okay. 'Cause I just closed
that you
my
can't
eyes.
represent the buyer if you're related to the seller,
Oh.
or if it's your house. Okay. You all try to do it.
close on
You
your
really do,
but
and we find out in the middle of the deal, and we blow it up. You know.
I represent both. Oh. So I was like, oh, but that's.
Nina works for another Realty One group, and she doesn't work here with that deal. Okay, that's not here.
Which is a franchise, so it's not our corporate office, so.
Okay.
But, yes, Brandon.
All right, Brandon.
You didn't list your brother's house, but you listed your best friend's house.
Still wouldn't do it. I love that you brought that up. I was gonna say best friend, significant other, whatever, you're not related, but I still would say, especially if you live in that home, you have tangible knowledge of that property, and so I would release myself from that liability.
Yeah, I know it's tempting
Just
to.
quick answers here.
It's tempting to double end the deal, right? We all see the dollar signs, but I know agents that will never do it. Wendy Schaller, you ask me, I would do it every chance I get. I did when I was at Remax. I probably in 12 years I probably did 1 or 2 a year short sales double ended. It was different back then with short sales. It was easy to do double ends, but now I wouldn't. It's not worth me losing my license over an extra 10 grand. It really isn't. So keep that in mind, okay? Anybody else for Wen? I'm glad you brought this up, Wen. Way to go. Okay?
Obviously, they have.
Yeah, I guess. There, Sharon?
I just also wanted to mention on the walkthrough, the agents are not supposed to perform walkthroughs and put their name in the middle section on a walkthrough. Right. Otherwise, they'll reject it.
As a representative.
Representative, yes.
Not allowed. Don't do it.
Right.
So don't.
You do not want to be the person that walked out of the home and said everything looks good, and then it floods. 30 days later, the buyer comes into town and the property's flooded. You're buying that property back, or you're going to fix that problem.
Right. And if your buyer's not here, come to us. If you're on a team, go to Damon. We'll tell you how to handle that. There's a way to handle that. But your name, like Sharon said, never ever goes on there. Again, it's liability, and we don't want that. We really don't, okay?
Then I don't even think you guys allow video walkthroughs, right? Yeah, so even a video walkthrough, like FaceTime or whatever, it's still, I don't think Realty One is allowed.
Yeah. We got to be careful. And at the same time, you can't do an open house on another brokerage's listing. So keep that in mind. I think I saw one of them over the weekend. Just saying.
Company policy.
Yeah, that's all. So again, it's
Legal, but Realty One has policy that you can't.
can't do it. Right, exactly.
Does everybody know why that is?
Yeah, because everybody that walked through that home, we don't represent the seller as a broker, so you'd have to have a BBRA sign for everybody that walks
Everybody
through
that
that
walks in
property.
that house. So rather than to do that, you just can do open houses on just Realty One open houses, right? If it's a listing, Realty One listing, you can do it. But another one, every person that walks in, you're gonna have to have them sign that BBRA. So we just don't even do it. And we don't let outside agents
Do ours either. Right. And again, don't come to me, Wendy or Damon. I can't find a Realty One Group house to do an open house on, Tim. We have more listings than anybody else. We do. We have more listings than 300 brokerages combined. So I'd be surprised if you couldn't find one.
This doesn't have to be this office, right?
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yep, go to Green Valley. So, all right, kids, the top 10 things you need to do this year. Get hyper-local or get forgotten, okay? We beat you guys up with the stats every week. Put stuff on Facebook. So the more you know about what's happening in Las Vegas, it's important to know what's happening in New Jersey or wherever you're from. That's great, okay? But buyers really don't care about what's going on in Bayonne, New Jersey, where I'm from. They don't really care. They want to know what's going on here. And like I put on here, if this is the one that I put it on here, okay, you guys can ask me anytime, Tim, how many homes are for sale in Summerlin? I'm going to tell you. That's one of my things that I do. My whole life, because I live in Summerlin, I would go on MLS whenever I'm there, put in the Summerlin zip codes or go to the property description, put Summerlin Hills, Summerlin North. Right now there's about 400 single-family homes for sale in Summerlin. Now, is that important? Not really, okay? But to me it is, because I want to know about Summerlin, okay? So as you get niches, you might want to know how many homes are for sale in Sun City. Like some of you are Sun City experts. You should know how many homes are for sale in Sun City, Aliante, or Sun City, Summerlin, okay? So little things like that, I think, is going to make you stand out from the typical agent. That, we all know the question, how's the market?
Depends.
There you go. You never answer the question. You say it depends. You never say it's great, it's fantastic, You never say that stuff, okay? Make sense, Wen? Yep. You're okay with that? Okay. Build a real database, not just your contacts. Does everyone have a CRM? Come on, raise your hand. Just fake it. Make believe you have a CRM, okay? You need to use our CRM. Or go buy one. Use Follow Up Boss, or is Lofty a CRM?
Yes.
Yeah, Lofty, buy Lofty. These are great, but use ours. It's free. It's one suite. It does, for the most part, what all the other ones do, but the cost is ideal. It's part of you being at Realty One Group, okay? And everybody needs to go in there, okay? Everybody that you meet. Your doctor, the girl at the front desk at my back doctor, the dentist, the girl at the front desk at my dentist. Once I get their information, they would go into my CRM.
Your kids, friends, parents, they need to go in there. The coaches, everybody needs to go in there. The lady that sliced my deli meat, the cashier at the grocery store, she's gone in there too. You just have to keep building it. And don't stop with just name, phone number, email. Put their birthdates, put their kids' names, their kids' birthdays, if they have pets. It gives you a reason to have a connection with them. National Pet Day, national, if they're coffee drinkers, or if you met them at Starbucks, or if they're a barista, whatever it is, you've got to have something in there that some reason you can contact them, not just because they might buy it for sale. You want to do touches outside of just buying and selling. You become, what is that? You've got to have some commonality between you guys, and then they use people they know, like, and trust. And it's not just because you're a realtor. You know what? Everybody knows 5 to 10 realtors, guys. So you want to set yourself apart and be the one that knows a little bit more about them and remembers those special things about them.
And these are just some places where you would get leads to put into your database. And I saw a podcast last week. This agent said, Tim, I don't have past clients. I just have clients. I dropped the word past from my wording when I talk to people. They're all my clients. Why do they have to be past? Because I sold them a house? They're my client, okay? And I kind of like that. That's kind of something that resonated with me, okay? So little things like that are kind of quirky. That's number 3, Wen. You need to know how to talk about how you get paid, okay? It changed. When did everything change? What was the month and year everything changed with compensation? August of 2024, right? We're going to remember that forever. August of 24, the BBRA came out, okay? So you need to explain that to your client. And I think you're all good at it. I don't think, has anyone come to you lately, hey, Wen, I don't know how to explain the BBRA? Or do you get that much, Damon? No, I mean, it's kind of
standard in the market, so.
Yeah, it's kind of common sense.
But I like this. It says stop saying commission and use compensation. So if you were at a listing presentation and you say my compensation, you show them everything you're going to do and my compensation for doing all of this. But the minute you say commission, I think the general public's like, oh, well, what can I take out of their commission? What are they going to give with part of their commission? Are they going to give me? But it's the compensation for everything that you're doing for them to market the property, sell their property. And then, speak confidently about the value, don't hold back, and explain all the things you do for your clients. And I don't think we do that enough for buyers or sellers. As a buyer's agent, this is what I'm gonna do to help you find a home. As a listing agent, I'm gonna sell your home, I'm gonna market your home, I'm gonna negotiate, I'm gonna put ads, I'm gonna field phone calls, I'm gonna check on the property. You have to explain every little detail, because it's not just I'm gonna put it on the MLS and hope it sells, and then I want commission for, doing that. You have to show your value, and the way you do that is kind of really break it down and spell it out. That's the best way, I think. Rehearse and practice. Don't go into any kind of appointment just like, hey, what questions do you have for me? Be scripted, get to the point, tell them what you're gonna do, and then ask them for the questions. But if you're very thorough, a lot of times they don't have many questions. You've answered everything before they've even had a chance to think about it. Know the BBRA duty zone, an RPA like the back of your hand, and how to explain that. You want them to sign something, but they don't know what it is, and you don't tell them. You just say, oh, this is our duty zone, can you just sign at the bottom? What am I signing? And then you're just like, oh, well, it's like the duties I have, between you and me and the public. Are they going to sign that? No, you're not sure of what they're even trying to sign, so why would they sign it? So just be confident in what you want people to sign. And that's about it. So, want to take the next?
Yeah, and just one other thing on here. I remember when I was an agent, and I have this, it's pretty thick. It's 200 pages. I got it at a NAR conference. It was 180 ways buyers agents, 180 things buyers agents do to get paid. Okay, and Nora just asked me a question. I remember when I was at Remax for 12 years producing, I would do so much for my buyer and not tell them. Like I thought it was kind of cool. Like I kept it. I got it. I didn't want you to know about it. Don't worry about it. I put out all these fires. You never have to know about it. And I thought that was the way to do it. Now that's not the way to do it. You got to tell them every fire you put out. Okay, and every problem.
There's a download that you put in your buyer's guide.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's important that you explain what you're going to be doing, because in some cases the buyer is going to be paying you. Now we're lucky that not much has changed. Sellers are paying our compensation, like that compensation, okay, instead of commission. But sometimes the buyer won't. The seller won't, or you have a 3% on your BBRA and the seller's only paying 1.5%. You're going to go back to your buyer and try to get something, another 0.5%, another percent, okay? But if you haven't explained, I know, right? I just hit a button somewhere. If you haven't explained all of the things you're going to do throughout your meetings with the buyer, it's going to be hard for them to say, sure, great, I don't mind giving you another $5,000. So it's important that you kind of do that, okay?
If I could add just one thing to that.
Please.
You guys really got to be confident in the different options that are available. If the commission's being talked about, the compensation being reduced, if the buyer's not paying, or the seller's not going to pay at all, whether the buyer's going to pay some of it, or you're going to continue to negotiate with the seller, you guys got to be well versed in that process as well. Otherwise, it's just going to be money out of your pocket.
Right. And then if the buyer is going to pay 0.5%, you got to tell us. You got to tell me, Wendy, your manager, escrow has to know. Everybody's got to know. You don't just keep it to yourself. Oh, that's great. And then, and at closing, you hope you get the money. No, it's.
Are you having any problems with that, with the buyer paying?
Well, let me ask you guys. How many of you have collected money from your buyer separate, in addition to getting it from the seller? There you go. Yeah. Okay. And you might say, Tim, it's an awkward conversation. I don't want to do it. Okay. You're going to be 0.5% poorer, on every other deal if you're not comfortable talking about it. Okay.
Remember, we were just talking on Monday. I did that 10 years ago. I collected it 10 years ago. I'm due it. This is what if you want to hire me, this is what you're going to get, and this is what I'm going to get. And he didn't want to look at any homes under a certain percentage. So he was having trouble for 2 months to find a home. And then I said, well, he's like, what's the deal? I'm like, there's homes out there. It's just they're not paying the compensation that I require, and you don't want to pay any of that. And he's like, okay, drop it. Within 2 days, we were under contract, and he paid the difference. Like, I'm happy, because back then, we were allowed to set the compensation in the MLS. Now we can't do that. So he just wasn't seeing what was out there. Now it's just open, and they'll see everything, and then we have to negotiate it. But it's not new. Like, I've used a buyer broker agreement since day one, which is now, this year will be 21 years for me. It's not, if you just know how to explain it and show your value and worth, this was nothing taking on this new BBRA. I
Yeah.
was like, okay, it just spells it out for both sides. You
Yeah.
just have to be confident in what you're asking.
And we're going to have it's usually 3 or 4 meetings out of the year. We'll have a listing agent panel, a buyer's agent panel, whatever it might be. So we're going to have a buyer's agent panel coming up soon. And Hi is going to be on it. Damon's going to be on it. Wendy's going to be on it. Erica Knox, if you don't know who Erica is, she has an office. She's been in the business a long time. She's like Wendy, been using it since day one. She goes, Tim, I collect for my buyer almost every single time. I'd rather them walk away than they not pay me. Now, she's successful, she makes a good income, so maybe it's easy for her to say that, where some of us, oh shit, Tim, okay, I get $3,000 less, I'll take it. I need a deal. But you want to get to the point where you're not afraid to ask for your money, because you work your butts off for it. You really, really do, okay? All right, what's number 4, Wen? Double down on listings, okay? Again, we have expires on there, okay? Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have $3 million buyers, okay, or $3 million listings? If you had a choice. You can't have both. One or the other. You got 3 buyers, and they're cash buyers. Make it easy. $1 million, they're cash buyers. And then you got $3 million listings. What would you prefer? How many would prefer the buyers? Okay. Everybody else wants the list. There's no right answer, but I'm on the listing side if it's me. Okay? I'm just saying. Okay, it's easy for us. The listings, you're sitting in your office, you're at home, you're managing the showings, you're managing the offers, you're making sure the marketing is nice. But the buyers, they all 3 want to see a house on Saturday. What are you going to do? You got a problem. You're calling up another agent to help you out. Okay.
12 hours of daylight leaves.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah, whatever it might be. Come on, you got plenty of time. So all we're suggesting here is
Just don't turn it down. Don't turn it
no.
Put $1 million buyer in the list.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing is when you're taking it listing, you're not just taking it to sell that home. Right. You're taking it to grab the buyers that are coming in, to market to the neighbors. So when we say double down, it's not just I'm taking $1 million listing. You're going for everything.
Yeah. I've told this many times. Quick open house story. When I was at RE/MAX, I did open houses, 5 or 6 weekends in a row. And the only people that came in was the neighbors. Drinking the water, eating my cookies. Weekend after weekend. Hey, Tim, nice to see you. Hey, come on in. And I went back to RE/MAX and spoke to Bobby Tran. Never forget Bobby. He was a big REO agent at the time. I said, Bobby, this is bullshit. This open house stuff is no good. I'm not doing it. Tim, what's the problem? I told him, he goes, those 5 people are your next listings. I said, what are you talking about? They're just nosy. No, Tim, they might be scoping you out to see if this closes, and when they want to sell, they might give you a buzz. And my whole thing changed. I said, oh my God, Bobby, you're incredible. This is what I need, okay? And then every neighbor came in, I treated them as good, if not better, than a buyer that would come in, okay? Because buyers are maybe going to 14 open houses. I would even stalk the buyer, in a nice way, when they left the open house to see where they lived. See what house they walked into. So they went around the corner and 1111 Coastal Bluff. I go back, write that down, go back to RE/MAX, go into the tax search, pull up Coastal Bluff. I know their first name because they came in, if they didn't lie. And it's, Randy Smith. I wrote Randy a thank you card for coming to my open house. You know how many, over the years, listing appointments I got from that? Maybe not an actual listing, but back then you just want a listing appointment. Hey, Tim, thanks for that thank you card. It was nice meeting you, too. I'm thinking about selling in a couple of months. Give me a call. Boom, right into my OneSuite CRM, and I'm all over Randy for the next 90 days to try to get a listing appointment, okay? So little stuff like that, if you kind of just change your mindset, you'd be surprised, okay? All right, we're coming up to number 5 here. Being seen as the hyper-local expert. That might be redundant, but I think we're going to cover it again, maybe?
I like this. Social media, create your YouTube channel. For the local expert, this is what Vegas is. These are the subdivisions. These are the master plan communities. Again, we have a lot of people coming from out of state, and they can't get here to drive around. They don't know the neighborhood. So if you give them some information on your social media, your YouTube channels, whatever, drive through Summerlin, drive through Providence, drive through Southern Highlands, just to give them a different idea of what the areas are and where all the shopping is. It helps them make a little bit of better. And then guess what? They're going to call you because they're going to come to town. It's like, hey, can you show me? Because I've been watching your videos. They already feel like they know you guys.
Anybody have a YouTube channel? Okay. You really should consider doing it. We have a new girl. I'm sorry she's not here. Lauren Chenfu. Been here since July. I think she has closed 1 deal and has 8 in escrow. 9 in escrow. Primarily from her YouTube channel.
From July. Yes.
I don't know what she's doing on that YouTube channel. Just saying.
Killing it.
Okay.
She's doing a great job, guys, but it's just getting out there, being social, you know. She networks, she lives over here in Summerlin, she knows a lot of people in Summerlin. It's just being loud, really is what it is, I think.
I remember years ago, before YouTube maybe, an agent buddy of mine had a postcard that he would send out to his database, 10 reasons to not use a realtor. And he's a realtor, okay? He got phone calls from the homeowner when they got that card, okay? And now he's turned that into something on his YouTube channel, like videos, okay? So I'm not promoting YouTube here or the Google stock or whatever the stock is for YouTube, but you need to be on YouTube. If for no other reason, just to educate yourself on what's on there. Various podcasts that are really, really good stuff, gang. Really, really good stuff, okay? And these are some, 10 reasons here not to buy in Las Vegas. The 7 most common buyer mistakes. The public loves this stuff. They really do, And with ChatGPT, we can come up with anything. Now, let's be honest. We really can, okay? Number 6, host something, anything, on a regular basis. Whether it be open houses. There was an agent in Northwest Martin. Whenever he did an open house, he had a taco truck at the open house. He had a buddy that had a taco truck. He gave him $200 or $150 for an hour, and you came to the open house, you got a taco. I'm not saying you all do that, but you'd be surprised. Margarita, well, easy now. A little alcohol there, Shirley. I know, I'm only kidding, okay? But these are just some things that you can do. Do a live stream from the open house for 10 minutes to promote it, okay? So again, the more you're out there, it's funny. We love seeing you in the office, but we'd really rather not see you in the office. We'd rather you be out there, drumming up some business. Good win? Okay. Number 7, partner strategically. Again, use Heather. Use Nina's Aunt Nora. They'll help you with open houses. They'll help you with marketing materials. John Morgan might sit in an open house with you if it's a nice open house. Not the $250,000 condo in Buffalo and Durango, but you got $1 million listing in somewhere. He's going to be there, and he has deep pockets. He'll spend some money. He really will to help you out. So use the title reps, use the lenders. Heather, have you done many open houses? I mean, not that you should as a title rep, but is there a benefit for you doing it?
As a title rep?
Not really, right? Yeah, there really isn't a benefit for you to do it, I guess, okay?
Yeah, because the consumer really doesn't care about what title company they go to. But
right.
You guys do because we're a great partner for you guys.
Right. But I was on YouTube recently, and there was a podcast, and they had a realtor, a lender, an escrow person, and I think an appraiser. And they spoke for 30, 40 minutes. Sort of like a first-time homebuyer podcast, they called it, okay? Because remember, I think over the years we all tried to do first-time homebuyer seminars. They're tough. They're just, no one's going to show up at the Summerlin Library to come to the first-time homebuyer seminar. But if you do it on a podcast, you'd be surprised. And then you record it, and you can send that out to your database that's in one suite. See how everything goes back to the database, gang? All right, kids, what do we got? Number 8, be relentless about the follow-up. Tom Ferry always says the money is in the follow-up. And we're all guilty of this. You get a lead, you call them twice, and then you go back to Damon who gave you the lead and say, Damon, that lead sucked. I did it all the time at RE/MAX. I was on a team. I get 2 or 3 leads a day. Rich Brodkin was my boss back then. If you know Rich. Rich was my boss. He hired me. Hey, Tim, how'd that go? That lead sucked, Rich. I called him 3 times, 4 text messages, 3 emails, nothing. All right, Tim, give it back. And he gave it to someone else. So you have to keep following up. So create some sort of system, whatever that system is for you. You get the lead, it's a text, an email, and a voice message today. Tomorrow it's just a text. The next day it's whatever you want to do. But if they reached out to you, they reached out to somebody else. So whoever gets them first is probably going to get the lead,
But
okay?
it doesn't have to be just leads, guys. It could be your people that you've closed homes on. Like, follow up with them. Send them mailers. Call them on their birthday. I have 2 families. One, I've sold 9 homes throughout their family, and the other one, 17 homes throughout their whole family in a 20-year span. And I've only sold that person that's given it to me 2. Everyone else has been their family members, but I'm their go-to when they want to renovate a kitchen. Where should we put the money? We're doing this to our backyard. They just want to know they could call you and you have answers. And then I get this one and that one and that one, and it is. And so then I start sending them all postcards. And they said, they called me last year and said, "You're our family realtor." Oh, that's nice. Now, I haven't sold them anything in the last 2 years, but I'm still, but it's still like it's following up with your clients. There's no such thing as past clients, so your clients, they will forever be your clients as long as you tend to them.
Exactly. All right, gang. Number 10, treat it like a business. Like John Morgan said, you should have a business plan. If you start making some money, whatever that amount is to you, maybe it's 50 grand or more, you need someone to do your taxes. You know, you can do TurboTax, but pay a CPA $400 and get all the deductions that you can, okay? You kind of have to treat it that way because it is a business. You're self-employed. Okay, and then this one should have been somewhere else, one of the other numbers, but you should have a drip campaign of some kind that every client, particularly a closed client, a way to reach out to them 25, 30, 35 times a year. You might say, Tim, that's insane. I'm not going to email, Carol or whatever 33 times a year. No, it's not an email. It's a text 1 month. It's an email, it's a flyer, it's a Facebook happy birthday, okay? It's a LinkedIn, congratulations on 5 years at Amazon.
It's a pop by.
It's all that kind of stuff.
Happy birthday to their kids.
Uh-huh.
It's not about them, it's not about selling the home, it's just letting them know that you value them and they weren't just one and done and you don't think that anymore.
Right, because we're all guilty of it. I was guilty for years. I closed the deal, forgot all about that client. Let me go find another one. And then the better realtors, they didn't have to do that. They were going back to that client, trying to get business from them. And they like you, they trust you, they just bought the most expensive thing in their life with your help. There's a good chance they'll refer you people if you keep in touch with them, okay? And last but not least, just stay plugged in with Realty One Group, okay? This is not a commercial for Realty One Group, but and most of you don't realize this, how fortunate you are to work for us. And we're just as fortunate that you're here. So it goes both ways. You could work anywhere. You could leave here, walk into Signature, they'll hire you in a heartbeat. Tomorrow, walk into Simply Vegas, John Gafford will hire you in a heartbeat, okay?
But they always come back here.
But they always come back, yeah. A lot of you do come back, okay? But a lot of those companies don't have half the stuff that we have. Whether it's the 4 offices or the 6 brokers or our CRM or some of the best teams in the country, not in Las Vegas, in the country. Damon's like, I don't know, top 3 team in the country, 2, 1, I don't know, whatever it was, And there's Rock Title, all the crazy things we have in your tool chest. If you're not using Box Brownie, go into Zone today and look at Box Brownie.
ChatGPT will do that now for you.
Yes, for free, okay? Whatever, but Box Brownie will, for a minimal amount of money, spruce up your listing photos, okay? But if ChatGPT does it now, bada bing,
Did it.
there you go.
It was like,
But yeah, and how much did that?
have to pay anybody.
0, right?
Well, I do have the subscription.
Yeah, the
Because
$20 a
it's my
month.
best friend.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So real quick, I just want to touch upon the training, guys. I think we're one of the best brokerages for training, and it's not because I've been here for so long, but we really do. And we've kind of doubled down on it. If you go to our YouTube channel, I have made playlist after playlist. We have Back to Basics. We have Tuesday Tools. We have Wednesday workshops. There's even still an old tab from Wednesdays with Wendy. We have stuff from the title company. We have stuff from the lender. It's unlimited amounts. And so I had an agent, brand new agent, well, not brand new, but she's probably 8 months in, but she hasn't done anything much yet. But she contacted me on Monday. She's like, how do I make a search on MLS? I said, well, MLS does have classes on that. She's like, I don't have time to go. She has a full-time job and they want something. So I just went on ScreenPal and I just copied it and did a 8-minute recording. If you need something, just let us know so we can get that out to you. Now, I'm not going to do that for everything. You have to put some effort into it. I just knew she was challenged and she was going to lose her buyer if she didn't go ahead and set them up on a search, and I didn't want her to lose her buyer. But we will do whatever we can possibly do to help you build your business, grow your business, and stay relevant. So just let us know what it is that she might need. But then free CE, it's just, I don't know any other brokerage that's going to give you everything that Realty One does give you. So.
And the guy that owns the company, Kuba, and his wife, Luba, in case you didn't know, Kuba's wife's name is Luba. Can't make this up. That's her name. Beautiful lady, too. My point is that you'll hear on the news this week that Compass and Anywhere are merging. Okay? They're going to be gigantic. I could care less. Doesn't affect us, okay? But my point is we're still owned by Cuba. We're not a public company. We don't have shareholders. You know, if something goes sideways, we can call up Cuba. Or we can call up, who knows who the president of Rock Title is? Anybody? Where's Heather? Tell them who it is. Tara. Tara Johnson is the president of a title company. We can call her if you guys need something, okay? You're not going to get that from most other companies in town, okay? There's been all these rumors, and Cuba talked to us about this, that he might take the company public. Do you think he'd get a couple of bucks for it? I said to him, dude, what are you waiting for? You know, but that's not his thing. He likes having a brokerage firm. He likes having this little, 500 office family thing. And it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. There's nothing else like it that I know of out there. There really, really isn't, okay? All right, kids. Damon, anything before you run out you want to throw in? You're good? Okay.
The only thing I will say is now that you guys have loaded these people with all of this stuff, which you guys can see 24/7, if you go to any seminar or whatever, the bottom line, it comes down to implementation.
Uh-huh.
And when you leave this room right now, if you've taken a few notes, I would highly recommend you sit down and get very clear on what you're going to focus yourself on this year, daily, not for the next 6 months, not for the next year. What are you doing daily? I watched a webinar yesterday or a few days ago. Agent, been in for about 10 or so years in our local market here. Did about 1.3 million last year. And that doesn't mean that that's your goal, but he does the same thing every day. He comes in, he calls sellers, he takes listings. What I used to do.
1.3 million in commission.
In commission, gross commission income, not sales.
Yeah,
gross
commission.
Yeah, money.
Yeah. Just want to be clear on that. Yeah.
And what he does, he comes in every day and he sets all of his appointments for the afternoon. This is a lot of what we're focusing on our team. Is all appointments are being set in the afternoon for buyer showings, going training, all that good stuff. Your morning time, 8. Now he gets in the office at 7 or so, but he's prospecting literally from 7 to 11, 8 to 11 every day, calling database, past clients, expireds, for sale by owners, just listed, just sold. Find your target markets and then commit to a disciplined schedule every morning of prospecting and some afternoon lead follow-up as well would be my recommendation for you folks if you want to make some money in real estate.
There you go. It's excellent. Okay. Anybody else have a listing they want to talk about real quick? No? We're all kind of good? We're all pissed that we're here. It's at 10:50, whatever time it is. Sorry we took you guys a little longer than normal. Hopefully you got something out of it. We'll put all of this on the Facebook page, so if you want to access it, see it, download it. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. Yes, yes. Oh, she needs this. Oh, my God. We'll just tell Suze to...